One of the reasons I actually came to St Clare's, it's because for some reason I do remember that it was mentioned that St Clare's was considered one of the best Ivy schools in the UK, and that provided some kind of prestige with regards to like UK universities, and the idea of studying in a UK university really appealed. So I think like that was one of the reasons I actually decided that St Clare's was a good option for me.
Also, because St Clare's is located in Oxford, it's not only the school, but like the environment is, Oxford is full of students, and there are so many opportunities to learn more outside of school. So it's just the environment here really helps and prepares you for the future.
Yes, the libraries everywhere. There are sessions given, but for example, hosted by the University of Oxford each week. There's a session on a specific topic, and she said it's a very academic environment. I was actually studying the MYP program in Spain, and I really did enjoy it because the Spanish educational system focuses on studying by heart, whereas the IB methodology focuses on actually understanding and covers a broad range of skills apart from actually learning by heart, learning the content. So I really did like the idea of studying the IB, and since I had a little experience, I could say that I wanted to study the IB.
Yeah, I come from a background just the Spanish system, but I wanted to study the IB because it's much more practical, and like it offers so many things like to develop yourself, and not only academically but also like personally. I asked an agency because I wanted a school in the UK. I wanted it to be just IB, not other mixture of A levels. So yeah, the agency did suggest it, but I also looking for like top IB schools in the UK. I found St Clare's, and it was like my best option. I really liked that apart from the normal things we learn academically in lessons, we also develop like critical thinking, and we also need to do a lot of things related to service and activity in CAS. So it's just you really prepare for the future.
Yes, actually my favorite part of the IB is that it promotes combining activities outside the school apart from academic aspects. So I really enjoy sports, I really enjoy drawing, reading, creativity in general, and I do want to offer my service. So in that sense, IB is very complete, and I do like that it promotes this. Whereas sometimes in the Spanish, for example, in the Spanish educational system, I did not have the opportunity. I did practice a sport, and I struggled because the school wouldn't promote that I did an activity outside the school, and I really appreciate that, the IB. So with regards to the core elements, I find it quite interesting that critical thinking is at the center. You've got TOK, theory of knowledge, and you have an extended essay. It seeks to promote that people develop self-improvement, and at the same time they want to, they don't want just academically good, they want people who are prepared for a life outside, for which they need critical thinking skills. So for example, the idea of an extended essay on a topic I choose is quite appealing to me. I do find teachers very supportive here. My chemistry, my physics, my history teachers, even though at the beginning they didn't have an initial idea of my level, and sometimes I struggled, and they will always be there, and they have actually brought the best of myself, and they have supported me in my progress even in 2 months, which is quite a short span, and still they have been there to help me if I have any questions. Also help clubs, it's seen that teachers really do want students to progress, develop.
Yeah, and they are also conscious about our situation, that we are living away from home. So even if it's just a chemistry teacher, they can also help you with that. And we have personal tutors that you can really ask them anything and you will get help for that.
The library is like our second home. Library, there are different areas in the library, and it adjusts to each student's necessities. So for example, there's the quiet section, there's a little bit louder, there's like other kinds of sections that, depending on the students, it promotes academic, I don't know.
Yeah, and we also have labs here and classes that really let us be involved in what we're learning and practical learning. So for example, in chemistry, each week at least we do one experiment related to what we're learning. So that really helps in retaining the information and understanding.
Apart from trying to guide you with regards to what your hobbies or what your preferences are, they do lead you to the path, they narrow it down for you, and they offer, for example, in the HE fair, higher education fair, it was possible for you to go and ask representatives of each university any doubts you had, even if it was how is the degree, what content does it include, the requirements. So in that aspect, the career support is one of the main valuable assets of the schools.
Yeah, each week we have sessions to learn about careers, and not only the university we want to go, but also trying to discover what we want to do in our future. So also we can ask the careers team and have sessions one-to-one to talk and see what's best for us, recommendations, and it really helps.
New problems, new approaches to specific situations are giving me a broader perspective, and I think that is going to be very useful when going to the university.
Yeah, it happens with some subjects, for example maths. At first they might seem challenging, but in the end it's just a way of developing logical thinking and critical thinking. So maybe it is hard, but in the end we are more prepared for university than we may be with another program.
I'm a firm believer that they're actually related. I have friends because of classes I'm with. For example, I have friends because I'm in chemistry with them, and we do homework together, or we solve problems of physics together. And maybe in a conversation during class even, we realize that we have common taste in music, or we do certain saga or books, and we actually start developing relationships that have begun in an academic area. So I actually believe they are related, and it is easy for me to balance it, because in that sense I do know my academic duties and I do give value to my social life. So yeah,
I feel like in St Clare's they give us quite a lot of freedom actually. We have curfew at 10:30 in the weekdays, which might seem late, but in the end it's having freedom actually gives us the opportunity to become more independent and organize ourselves in what we need to do in that time we're free. And yeah, they also really encourage us and to be involved in our community. So it really, when you go out and
Yeah, linked to that, for example, I have never been organized. And I say never is never, and I actually have been kind of forced because I did have freedom and I didn't make a good use of that freedom at the beginning. So I actually struggled. And in 2 months, I have developed organizational skills, and I do have my timetable, and I am aware that I have to follow it. For example, because I'm stressed, I have anxiety for the November exams, so I know I myself have to, and I'm responsible for what happened if I don't, even though I do have the freedom and choose not to follow my own schedule. So in that sense, we are realizing that even though we don't have someone to stop us, we should stop ourselves if it's not right, if it's not proper. The best part is that the variety. I like sports, I like drawing, I like and because of the broad range of options they offer, I do volleyball, I do tennis, I do cryptology, choir, and post bowls, which is more of a service one. And what I love is that each and every one of them develop a specific area they develop different skills. So, and for example, in volleyball, you need teamwork. In tennis, I am working because I used to do tennis, but I had to quit, and for 7 years I didn't even touch it. And it has been challenging, but I am actually remembering, and it is so satisfying. It's so satisfactory for me to realize that the school has offered me the opportunity to grow.
And also the huge range of activities they offer here at St Clare's. I have been able to try sports that I wanted to try at home, but I didn't have the initiative to. For example, I'm doing boxing at the gym, and also I have always wanted to volunteer, but it's when you're on your own, it's more difficult to decide to actually do service at home. And here they offer us the options. So I'm helping in a nursery right now, and I really like that I can do it. I can get involved.
For example, in volleyball, teamwork, social skills are necessary, but so are self-improvement, the will to become a better player to contribute to the team. So, for example, volleyball certainly does develop teamwork skills, and for example, communication in volleyball. Volleyball is actually a very good class. Communication in volleyball is very important, and they do, it might seem a little bit theoretical, but they actually do help, and you can see the progress.
Yeah, and also in that activities, we can also socialize and make new friends that we may not see at school because we don't share subjects. So it's also a great opportunity to make friends.
Yeah, for example, in cryptology, we have a new challenge each session, and it's incredible. Sometimes we all gather together and we try to solve a specific. We try to decode it, and it's amazing how we can put our minds together to actually solve it. So almost every class has its own learning outcome. I do like my house. It's huge, and we have some sort of double common room, which I love, and I do share my boarding house with IB2s. I can go and ask, I can try to take advantage of their experience, and they are very open-minded in general, all of my boarding friends. So in that sense, yes, I have actually adapted. I've had the luck that my roommate has a very similar sleeping schedule as I do, so we don't actually clash. And we ask for permission, we respect each other, so with students like this and with friends like this, it's very comfortable. Like, yeah.
Yeah, we have house parents and they really support us. If we have any problem in the house or even outside, they can, like, my house parent is lovely, and yeah, you can, it's like you have a parent away from home.
Yes, they do actually. They play the role perfectly. They ask each night, they check after curfew, and they ask how's the day, how's the week, whether or not we slept well, whether or not we performed well in school. In my case, because my boarding parent, my house parent is very nice, and she's aware of the difficulty of some problems that may arise, adapting, and she actually works on trying to get rid of all these problems and create a very cohesive house.
Yeah, and there's a lot of trust. They really respect privacy and any issue you may have. So yeah, like support in this school is really like we can get the help we need. Well, one of the reasons I came to St Clare's was because it's a very international school, and we can not only make friends from all around the world, but also we can learn from each other and understand other cultures. And in the end, that's also part of our learning and preparing for the future.
Yeah.
Like becoming aware of other cultures and always having friends which you can visit in the summer is also great. So in St. Clare's we have a lot of groups made by students, peer support, queer support, and it's a really inclusive environment, both like students, teachers, and every member of the staff. We like there's respect all around. I haven't heard of any problem between like people. Is that we respect each other, and yeah, I really like that.
I have heard of problems which actually have been sorted out quite well. So I would say that even if some issues arise, there is actually a very quick response from part of St Clare's to actually solve it and to like keep this culture of respect. So in that sense, yeah, respect and tolerance is very important and is reminded once and again all over. For some reason, I think of Oxford as an intellectual city, and I do enjoy that. Students, you can go down the street, students everywhere. It is amazing. The Higher Education Fair, it's universities from all over the world, representatives that come here to St Clare's specifically, so it's quite impacting.
That gives us the opportunity to, like, we can even get in contact with universities from Spain, and we're in Oxford, so yeah, that's impressive.
It is.
I would recommend other students to study here because it's just everything is very good. The lessons is you learn in a different way. Teachers are very supportive. They teach very well. You really like classes are small, so you can develop like a good relationship with both the teachers and your classmates. Also, the facilities are great. You have like the school offers the activities for cats, so everything is a great environment.
Don't be shy. That would be my first one. The first day of school, everyone is so open. It's the moment in which you go and ask people the names, the birthdays, and the nationalities. And you eventually, if you are actually shy the first day, you eventually get into the loop, into the sphere, social sphere. But the best way in which you can actually develop fully in a social aspect is not to be shy from the first moment. Be open to everyone, be nice, and in that sense, at least socially, that'd be like
Yeah, I feel like the best advice is to be open-minded in every aspect, just to make friends and about academic things, knowing that you may have homework, but you can also like trying to balance and not closing your like opportunities.
Yeah, I would suggest try everything.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks, for example, classes, you have to try classes for you to know which ones you're going to use. Try everything you can. If there's an interesting session, you have been sent an email, an interesting session in the IC, International College, go. Try everything, because it's amazing the opportunities they offer, and we should actually take advantage of all of them.
And yes, enjoy.
Yes.